Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is having a productive Monday. I don't know. It's noon, so hopefully you've gotten through your emails. I remember when I was in corporate, it was the emails. And actually, that hasn't changed that much. So hopefully you're getting through all your emails and you're moving into your Monday smoothly, I hope. We're really excited to be here this Monday at lunchtime because we are 4 days out from our next event. And we have one final, last but not least, of course, co-host that we want to introduce you to. So before I do that, I would like to introduce you to Lisa Harris and Company. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa Harris, and I am an author, a storyteller, a narrative coach, and the CEO and founder of Lisa Harris and Company. Lisa Harris and Company is a personal development business that connects, guides, transforms women's lives through the power of storytelling. We do this in many ways. We offer our narrative coaching courses and programs, as well as thought-provoking, inspirational events, along with a lot of other creative projects. So we are really excited because 2021, we have our online event series. And these events are really special this year because there's a couple of things that we're doing that are different than the past. One is we are handing over our platform to incredible women in the community. So each event is co-hosted by 4 women in our community, and they are going to be leading the discussion on some very important topics. And I say important because of the past 5 years and the work that I've done with women, a lot of these topics that we're talking about in 2021 are at the root of so many of the stories that women share with me. And this event, I just really am excited about because this specific topic has actually come up quite frequently in the last handful of months. And I'm really excited to explore this conversation with our co-hosts. So with all of that said, I am very excited to introduce you to our final co-host for Becoming My Mother and Daughter Relationships, which is this Thursday, May 20th. I'd like to introduce you to Heather Nardi. So hello, Heather.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
We are so excited. This is the first time we get to play together.
Right? Yes. Yes.
So I just wanted to start off, if you could tell our audience here at Lisa Harris and Company a little bit about yourself, maybe personally or professionally, whatever you feel comfortable with, and maybe share with us some of your thoughts about this particular topic or what they can expect from this event.
Sure. So, like Lisa said, my name is Heather Nardi, and I'm the founder of a community called Empath Mama. So that kind of gives you a little perspective of why I felt called to co-host or apply to co-host for this platform, the mother-daughter conversation. Empath Mama was actually inspired by my relationship with my daughter. We're both highly sensitive persons or empaths. And as I worked through that with my daughter, I could see that history in my family and with my mom, but she kind of handled it differently.
Sure.
And so it really was important to me as I was working on this upcoming event. I really became more aware of who my mom was before she had children. I was looking through some old photos of her before she was married. And so I think it's important, and it has been for me, is to realize our moms were somebody else before they became moms.
Yeah.
They were a person, and I'll share a little bit. We had a troubled relationship, but when I look back at her pictures in her youth, she's smiling and she was traveling and she was happy and she had dreams and goals. And then she married my dad and she worked for 10 years and live this life, but then she felt pressured to have a child, to provide my father with a child. She never really wanted to have children. So they waited 10 years and then I came along. And so I think, and she would remind me of that. And again, she felt obligated to be a stay-at-home mom. So it was like, I never wanted children, you know, and it was more when I would act out. And I was really a good child. I tried to be for certain reasons with her, but she would be like, I didn't want children. I wanted to work and have a career. So some of that blame, I felt I took that on, you know, because I shifted her life, but she handled it in that way. So I think our relationships with our parents, with our moms, it's hard to look back, but realize they were a person, a human, you know, a woman that wanted to maybe do other things, felt some pressure, obligations. And also she was raised in a household that was way different. Her father was physically and emotionally abusive. She was the only child. And so I think she resorted a little back to being a child herself. So there, you know, there's some different type of parenting that she brought on to parent, you know, to parent me. And
I think what's really interesting there too, if you don't mind me saying, is, you know, I think about it was a different generation and a different time. And then as I was thinking that in my mind, I think about even for them, they could say that of their parents, right? So every generation is becoming women, they're becoming mothers, they're, you know, becoming wives, becoming partners in a different time than their children. And it happens every generation, right? So there's that impact on you that your child can't understand. And you with your children growing up with how they're growing up today, there are elements that we can't completely understand because it's not our lived experience.
True. Like social media for our children, if you have children now, everything's instant in social media, and we didn't grow up with that. So that's something that we are dealing with our children. And for me too, when I did have my daughter, it was unexpected. So I wasn't prepared to be a parent. And so even when she was born, I have never told her that I didn't want her. And I was very aware of that because she was a surprise and I love her. And I was so, you know, she was a gift, but I didn't want her to ever feel that, like what I felt.
Right.
So I was very aware of that comment and how hurtful that can be. And I was also going to say with the generation thing too, when I had her, I was like, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. That's what I always wanted to be. But I really struggled. I did it for about 1.5 years. And then I'm like, I have to go back. Like I can't be home with her all the time. So I had that flexibility. I felt that support that I could do that. Unlike maybe my mom, she maybe didn't feel that she could. So it is that shift in perspective that we have. And for us in this generation, I think we have, like what Lisa's creating, we have this space where we can go share our stories and talk about our true feelings and what we're dealing with. And our moms, I think, felt really isolated and they didn't have that space. So I really honor you in creating that, Lisa, for many of us.
Yeah, I think it's important. And also for, you know, those who are listening right now who haven't been exposed to the spaces that we've provided here at Lisa Harris and Company is, you know, it's not about women being experts in a specific category or topic. I mean, we all have our own lived experiences, and all the co-hosts and all the women, you know, come to share and talk about these topics are coming from, you know, what they've experienced, right? And sharing their knowledge as it relates to their own lives. And we do that in a safe space. We never record any of our events. I've had literally in the past week, I think 3 women are like, I can't come and I really need to talk about this topic. And they're like, are you going to have a recording? And every time they ask me, I debate it for a second. Then I'm like, no, it's what makes this platform, special and safe. And I like to provide that space for women. And it's a place to come together and really hold space for each other. Because life is complex, and having other women to be able to talk with, talk to, learn from, to be inspired by, all of those things are so important. And this topic particularly, I really applaud the women who are coming forth and leading this discussion, because this can be a sensitive one. For women, when we looked at our mothers, to our mothers, they are the first ever women role models in our lives. And that is really, really powerful stuff. And, we have to navigate through it as we become mothers ourselves. But some of the women, our co-hosts, they're not all mothers. So we're going to be talking about, just the impact of our mother. And for some, they'll be able to talk about, how they can carry that legacy on or shift and transform maybe some of the pain. But for others, it's really kind of understanding as they move forward in life, what that impact has on them.
Right. And I love how you did bring that different group together. Yeah. I have 2 sister-in-laws and neither have children. So but they are very nurturing to my children. So sometimes you're not a mother yourself, but you might have children in your life that you are, and there's all types of mothers too. And we're going to talk about that a little bit in the beginning of the event too, the different types of mothers that are out there.
Absolutely. And that's it. Like I said, our relationship with our mothers is really powerful, and that transforms us in a lot of different ways. And so I am super excited about this event. Is there anything else, Heather, that you want to share to our audience about what they can expect, or maybe how the event will go, or anything else about yourself that you want to provide here?
I think just come with an open mind and an open heart to the space. And like Lisa said, I love that you don't record, actually, because I think people are more vulnerable and feel that safe space there to share. And I feel when you're in those groups with others, you have like those aha moments, or you're like, oh, I have that same feeling, or those me too's kind of that. And that's really powerful to know that there's others that maybe have similar stories or experiences to you, so you don't feel so alone. So we really, the 4 of us are each sharing our individual stories, and then, and they're all different, but they have kind of a thread that weaves similar through it. And then we're going to share some of our ways that we did some healing if we needed to heal. Not everyone has that to be in that space, but a little bit of that as well. So I think we would love just anyone to come, and you don't have to have children, like you said, either. We're really trying to focus mostly on that mother-daughter connection, but some of us add a little bit of that if we have a daughter ourselves.
Yep, exactly. And just for everyone out there, I mean, later on in the year, we're going to be talking more about motherhood. We have an event that's specifically about motherhood. So, this really is truly about the impact our mothers have had on us. And then some of you are able to talk about that transfer down, but really it's that conversation about that impact. So we are really excited, and I'm super excited. Heather's joined us. She is fairly new to our community, and we're excited to have her. And for those of you who are just jumping on, we're talking to Heather Nardi. She is one of our co-hosts for our upcoming event, and that event is called Becoming My Mother and Daughter Relationships, and it's this Thursday. So I'm going to put all of the links, all of the information in the comments, in the post, so you'll know where to find it. But it's this Thursday, May 20th from 7 to 9 p.m. And we invite all women. This is not specifically for mothers. Again, this event is for us having the conversations about our mothers and our love and our healing and our growth and the impacts that has made on us. And we are really excited. I am super excited about this event. I feel like I say that about everyone, which is true. But this event, we just haven't had this specific conversation I have it all the time behind the scenes in my courses because it comes up constantly, but we've never had it more in a, you know, an online community event. So I am really looking forward to see how we navigate through this topic. So that's all I have. Do you have anything else you want to add, Heather?
No, I just look forward to seeing everyone on Thursday. Yeah.
All
And
right. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll put all the information in there and we hope you will join us. So
Yes.
have a wonderful Monday.